Hey guys, what's going on? It's Space Cowboy here. Welcome back to the channel with another video for you guys here today. Before we get started, if you guys could, make sure to smash the like button if you haven't done so already. That way it helps the channel out so much in the algorithm. On top of that, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you are new so you don't miss out on new Dallas Cowboys content. So, with that being said, what exactly is going on with this rumor about Jaylon Smith? And for those that are unaware, there was a story, or basically a speculative story, regarding Jaylon Smith possibly being involved with a trade during the NFL draft or before the NFL draft to move up. And we'll get into the details regarding that. But I also wanted to talk about Jaylon Smith as a whole going in to 2021. So I guess it works hand in hand. So with that being said, what was the initial story that broke? So I'm not a big fan of Mike Fisher, but I wanted to talk about this story because I've been seeing it being passed around on Twitter and in Cowboys circles and stuff like that, in groups and things of that nature. So, according to Mike Fisher, apparently Dallas was looking at the possibility of trading up to number 6 with Miami before or during the NFL draft because they felt that there wasn't going to be a possibility where J.C. Horn or Patrick Surtain were going to be there at 10. So, what they decided to do was think of a trade that involved a certain player and some picks to move up to 6. One of those veterans is Jaylon. It was Jaylon Smith, basically, right? And the thing that makes it weird is that they weren't going to. People were also talking about apparently it was going to be a trade up for Micah Parsons. Based off of what was being explained in the details, it had to involve, more specifically, getting one of these corners, okay? Now, with that being said, what does this mean for Jaylon Smith? Now, obviously, this story, in my opinion, doesn't mean a bunch in the sense of what he's doing here now. We know Jaylon Smith is here. On top of that, we have to consider that the contract, for them to move him, would have been a net negative for the Dallas Cowboys. They would actually not have saved cap space. It would have been like a June 1st designation trade or something of that caliber. But more importantly, we want to, as Cowboy fans, we want to see these players do well. And I understand that he was getting flack for getting number 9 and the Romo, it's Romo's number. Listen, I will 110% be honest with you. Romo's number is not untouchable, okay? It's just the recency bias that's kicked in. I'm not trying to disrespect Romo. He did his part, but he isn't up there with guys like Emmitt Smith, Roger Staubach, Troy Aikman, okay? We also have to consider, you have guys like, Danny White. Danny White's number is being used by Micah Parsons. It was used by Cole Beasley and even Drew Bledsoe before that, okay? You just had, Jaylon Smith rock 54. You had guys before him rock 54. Bruce Carter, for example. So, I feel like the whole, he's touching Romo's, no, that doesn't matter. And even if that was the case, he spoke to Tony before he even thought about doing anything. Who gives a shit? Let's just be completely honest here. So, when it comes to the play portion, him as a player, what is going to happen? He is in a situation where he has to perform. The Cowboys drafted 2 linebackers, one in Micah Parsons, who, if developed properly, or more specifically, if he can reach his potential, he's going to be a beast, okay? And if Jabril Cox gets his chance, he's going to be a pretty damn good player, especially considering the fact he can cover. And Jaylon Smith, we all know the issues he's had over the past couple seasons, okay? I don't want people to think that this is like a, oh, we're just all hating on Jay. No, if you look at what happened, you know, you go back to 2018, he played very well for what we were looking for. You know, hey, we thought, you know what, the Cowboys have a really stud player right here. Maybe they do have a guy, you know, we have something in him, and we redshirted him in 2016, and here he is. Whatever. And I will say, I commend him for not missing games, okay? That's something that is to be commended. It's not fully negative. The problem is now that you've paid him money, the expectation is increased. And more importantly, considering the fact of the role he was in, you know, we're expecting you to perform. People might come at me, well, he's got all these tackles. I really do not care about tackles. Tackles are a subjective stat to kind of overshadow certain things, right? And so, like, if Micah Parsons leads, hypothetically, leads the team in tackles, that's not going to mean anything. All that matters is how did you impact the game in certain critical situations. So, look, he could be a cap casualty next year if he does not perform well. I understand that he has the signature, you know, Jerry and Steven endorsement, and I get it. He's on the most hated Cowboys list right now, you know, amongst the majority of the fan base. You know me, I'm not the biggest, I like the story of Jaylon Smith. I'm super glad that he was able to, you know, recover and do, you know, play, but that doesn't excuse the fact, listen, that happened years ago. Now he's been in the league for a couple of years now, and, you know, we expect him to do better, you know, and I really do hope that this upcoming season he has an impact and he does well, because God forbid if he doesn't do well, he's going to get crucified by everybody, and we'll see what happens. You know, this coaching staff, I don't think is super high on Jaylon Smith. But then again, they have to work with what they have. So, we're going to see what happens. I don't want to bore you guys forever. I just wanted to start the discussion. You can put down in the comment section your thoughts on Jaylon Smith and whatever he's done with the number. I don't really care about that. Put that down in the comment section below, how you feel about him. So, without further ado, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you're new. On top of that, thank you so much for my channel members. If you have not done so and you want to support the channel further, you can support the channel by hitting the join button down below. So with that being said, guys, if you, you know, we'll catch you guys in the next one. So hopefully he does well this year. All right, guys, have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.